Hey, I want to share I want to share outdated information. I think it's outdated because it come out in 2019. But then because there's maybe a better, but it's so very easy to look at it. So actually, how much money is in the world? So for dummy people like me, or for me, random people like me, it's not simply easy to understand how much money in the world right now. So as in circulation, let me show you the map where the how much .net. I think they published in 2009, and that's not pretty much accurate because we are in 2023. But then it gives you a very clear view of the world and who got more money, who got less money, or maybe thing like that. So let me show you the picture here. For example, United States got 14 trillion in circulation, and China got even more, 25 trillion in circulation. And Japan, I think it come up in the number three, got 8.9 trillion. That's a lots of money. So 10,000 billion make 1 trillion. So that's so much money in the world. But what about the rest who are not included in this picture? Let's say US is included, Canada or Mexico, Brazil, Colombia, Venezuela, and all of it is included. The rest that don't get included in here is in here, the little thing. They're saying other. So the other got only 2.1 trillion. That means like the rest, even though this doesn't cover the whole world, but 2.1 trillion, that's the only other. But the rest, all of these are almost the most wealthy people in the world. So mainly China got the most money in circulation, but that doesn't mean China is the richest, because how many people China's got? So China got like almost 1.5 billion people. What about USA when we got $14 trillion, $14 trillion, but compare with the population, roughly 340 million people. So China got like more than four times of the U.S. population. They only got two times of the money circulation in the whole China. What about UK? UK got $3.1 trillion, $3.1 trillion. So UK, Germany, and I think France, they are the three country that has more money than the rest of the European country. That means like the whole European country, I think they only got like, let me see, they only got like 8.1 trillion in circulation. Let's read this a little bit, okay? Let's read together. China has the most money in circulation, 25 trillion, beating out the US, 14 trillions. There are 327. That just this is not updated. It's like for 5 years ago, 2019. So 327 million American and 1.39 billion Chinese people. I think the Chinas are over 1.4 billion. And that means like US actually has more money in circulation compared to China on per capita basis, right? That's so true, because US only got like 1/4 of the China's population. So we have 14 trillion in circulation. But when we talk about circulation, it's not about the real estate. That's totally different. Like in the whole world, real estate money is the most money. I think they estimate around like 300 trillion something. That's a lots of money. But we're not talking about real estate and all of the houses, all of the lands, and all of the any things. We're not talking about that. But we're talking about money in circulation, right? So we're not even talking about income or production. We're not talking about that. Money in circulation. So the word got probably, where is it? Do they say this? Like country with South America and Africa had a very low supplies of money. Egypt has the most circulation in all Africa with only 197 billion. So no country in South America or in Africa, specifically Africa, they have very little money, right? Africa, I think they got a lot of people, but they don't have so much money. Just based on this information, Africa, the Egypt has the most money in circulation. That's only 197 billion dollar. So that's comparing with let's say Taiwan. Taiwan got 1.4 trillion. So it's about 110 or close, not exactly 110. I think it's about 1/6, when it's even China, Taiwan, even small country, they have a lot more money in circulation than the Egypt, which is the country with more money in Africa, right? The most money in Africa. All right. So, unfortunately, Africa, I think, due to probably the conflict they've been having, and then maybe the climate, and maybe a lot of weather related, or maybe not producing enough food and other things, that I think they're not really a good place to live. But sometimes we don't have the choice, right? It's unfortunate. All right, so just look at the top 10 countries, the most stock brought of money. So China got 25 trillion in circulation. So China money is at the moment the most by comparing in the country, but per capita they are not, because they got 1.4 billion people. US got 14 trillion dollar. Japan got 8.9. Japan. So the Japanese are really the very I think with the top three, when we look at it, Japanese, I think they only have like a little over 100 million people. So that is like one third of the US population, and they have 8.9. So Japan, they got a lots of money. They got lots of money in circulation. Germany, I think that's one good country. They are very workaholic people. I think they make good money, and so they have a lots of money. Germany got 3.3. But compared with Japan, I think Germany is about 2 times of the population of, Japan is 2 times of the population of Germany, and they got a lot more money. And UK got 3.1, and France got 2.3. South Korea. South Korea used to be, like very undeveloped, or maybe very poor, like close to like Second World War. They are not very good, not a good country to live in. But Korean people are very workaholic, and I think they are working so hard that it's not so easy to live there whenever you maybe not making good money, or things like that. So South Korea, they are 2.2 trillion, so they are in the top 10. India, even though they have the second largest population, I think the money in circulation is really very small, only 2.1 compared to the population they are having. So that means that India, I think, even though they are the largest democracy in the world, they have less money compared to other countries, because they have so many people. I think they are very, very close to 1.4 billion people, like China, very close to them. And Hong Kong, they are small. Unfortunately, Hong Kong now more of officially kind of like become with the communist China, because even though they have a separate administration, I think any criminal, any difficulty, any hard work, any hard problem, whatever they consider, they would be resolved or maybe taken to the communist China. So that is a lot worse to live in Hong Kong now, but they still have lots of money in Hong Kong. And Brazil, I think they got a lot of many people who are very good, very talented in soccer, football, and also they have a very big population too, compared to probably France or UK or Germany. Brazil got more than Japan population too, so they got 1.8, not bad, very good. But comparing with Japan, I think they got a lot. Japan got a lot more money, or Germany or UK. All right, so that I think the idea of how much money is in the world. So what are we trying to educate, or what are we trying to sell here is that just sometimes we don't know how much money is in circulation, and we just talk based on one information. I think different research would give different information, or maybe more updated information. But this is based on CIA War Facts book, so that CIA information. But this is again, not to be mistaken. This is again from 2019. It's not 2023. It's not 2022, because it a lot easier. The picture they put out is a lot easier to visualize. Okay, let's see. Let's try to memorize a little bit, just to kind of like know. So based on this, we can learn what country is. I think our country got more money, and like when you go a country, then whatever country got the more money, it's kind of like easier, because infrastructure, buildings, market, or maybe health, it's a lot better. So let's say USA got only about 3 point. Let's say, how would I say it? It's one-fourth of the China population got $14 trillion. China got almost 1.5 billion people. They only got 25 trillion in circulation. So that number one, the most populous country in the whole world. And India. So when you go back to India, they got a much smaller country compared to United States, much smaller. And like Australia, it's similar, but Australia got very few people, so they got a lot of money. Australia 1.6. I think they only have like maybe 30 or to 40 million people there. So that means they got so much money compared to the population. So per capita, they got a lot of money. Canada, the same thing. Canada, they got a lot of money, 1.6 trillion. So compare, their country is small. The country is very small, but they got lots of money. What else? Italy, not so bad. They got good money. Switzerland, not so bad. They got good money. Spain, not so bad. They got good money. But in Europe, I think UK, Germany, France, they got more money. But more than France, UK and Germany normally have more money all the time. Like Belgium or Luxembourg. So Luxembourg, I think they only got probably 1 million people. I don't remember exactly, but they got very few people in Luxembourg. But then they got 313 billion. That's a lot of money comparing with like China. That's a lot of money, because Luxembourg, they got very few people living there. And that's saying, okay, I think that would be it. We can learn by looking at this, by listening to this. Thank you very much. We can learn, where is the wealthy people live. Whenever the country got so much more money, then that means like they got more people living with money. Like let's say Qatar. I think Qatar right now they are even more richer. But at 2019, Qatar got 140 billion. That's, I think, a lot less. I think they are a lot more richer, and they only have like maybe under 3 million people. So that's a very few people. Pakistan is very populous. They got a lot of people, but then they got like 142 billion. But this, as I repeatedly saying, this is the information from 2019. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching. If I say something wrong, please forgive me, and then maybe you corrected me in the comment area. Thank you very much. Thank you.